good, YouTube? And we're back at it again with another video for Vlogmas Day 7. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn your post notifications on. I'm Adris.
And it's your boy Pat.
And today we're kind of doing a new video that we've never done before, so we're going to try it out, see how we like it, see how you guys like it. So it's kind of going to be like a topic, and our topic, as you can see from the title, is 9 to 5 versus self-employed. So we could basically going to be talking about each. The
pros and cons of each.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like an open discussion.
Yeah, basically just saying our opinions on it. And yeah, what we think is better, or some of the harder things about it, some of the easier things about it,
right.
All that. So we can cover that. So we can get right into it.
All right, so if we left some stuff out, that's our fault. We didn't write nothing down. This is straight off the domes.
So first we're going to start out with the difference between 9 to 5 and self-employed. It's pretty common sense, but we won't explain it anyways. So,
what is a 9 to 5 and what is self-employed?
Exactly.
Basically.
So basically a 9 to 5 is when you're clocking in for somebody else on like a regular basis.
You have somewhere to report to.
Yeah, like you're on a schedule. You have a boss, you have a manager. Self-employed could be you're working for yourself, like you own a business, or you could be like an independent contractor.
Right, you're basically an entrepreneur. Like,
yeah, you're doing it.
You make all the decisions for your company or business or businesses.
And yeah, you don't have nobody else to report to. It's just you. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna name the pros and cons of like being an entrepreneur versus, or self-employed versus reporting to someone working a 9 to 5.
Right. Oh yeah.
So usually 9 to 5 is one like steady stream of income.
Yeah, if you work a 9 to 5, most likely that's your only,
or at least main income.
Yeah, that's your main stream of income.
You might have something along like on the side, but
right.
Most of the time for most people that is like the paycheck you look for.
Right, because normally you don't have time for a lot of other things.
Because you're clocked in all day.
Right, it takes up the majority of your time.
Yeah, versus self-employed, you could have like 5, 6, or even more streams of income, because
yeah. It's basically the complete opposite. Like
you have people working for you instead of you actually doing it.
You have all your time. It's up to you what you do with your time.
You could have a business, you could have 2 businesses, you could have 3, 5. You can be investing your money into other things besides your business.
Right. And so the hourly is just, the hours are flexible, basically.
Right. Basically, a 9 to 5, like we said, is a guaranteed steady stream of income. Say if you get paid on Fridays, you know every Thursday, okay, I'm getting paid tomorrow.
As long as you show up and do what you gotta do, that paycheck is coming.
You clock in every day or every single week for the same amount of hours, you're getting that same exact paycheck, consistent, right, every single week.
Versus being an entrepreneur,
you could go one day without getting, like, say for an example,
any sales,
no sales, but the next day you could get
the most sales you've ever had in your whole life. So it's like,
yeah.
So it's like definitely like risky. You definitely.
It is. And 9 to 5 kind of like has you at a cap, if that makes sense, because like if you're working an hourly wage, okay, say you're getting 15 an hour, you're not getting more than 15 an hour unless you get a promotion or a raise.
Right. Or you get some OT, but other than that.
Yeah, but you're not getting less either though. So, but versus a self-employed is you don't have a cap. You make the cap basically.
Right. You decide when good is good enough.
Like another example, if you have your own business and say sales are down, you can come up with a plan yourself, like get a sale, like do a buy one get one or something like that to bring in like more money, more sales.
Right.
9 to 5, most of the time when you're working a full-time job, there's benefits that come with the job, where it's paid time off, health insurance,
paid vacation, sick leave,
sick time. Yeah. Trying to think of what else. Those are like the basic ones.
Right.
A 401k too, where they can, some companies like match what you put in. So like, yeah, that's good for a 9 to 5 job that comes along with the job, which is
right.
great.
People definitely get 9 to 5s for those reasons.
Benefits,
yeah. It's definitely
some benefits are really helpful. Right. Whereas self-employed, you don't have those types of benefits. You don't get paid time off from a job because you're doing it.
Right, you decide when you go to work, so
Yeah.
it's...
You don't have a 401k. But if you're smart with your money, then...
It's all different types of ways now, all different types of things that you can do instead of a 401k, like stocks, crypto.
Yep. To invest, put some money
Right.
into it and have it add up. And you could even add up more
Right.
than a person that's working a 9-to-5 401k could be.
Right.
So another thing is taxes. I feel like taxes can definitely be a confusing topic for a lot of people, including myself still sometimes. But so as we know, I mean, it's different in all states and all different places, but when you work a 9-to-5, you get taxes taken out of your paycheck, and then when tax season comes back around, you usually get some of it back, whether it be federal, state, depending on where you live. Whereas self-employed, you don't really get taxes taken out. You kind of have to pay for the taxes all at once, usually.
And that's one thing a lot of self-employed people forget, is that at the end of the year, them taxes is due. So like,
yeah, for example, like real estate, I believe, say you sell 5 houses, you make all that money, but if you blow it at the tax season, you still have to pay taxes on that.
on those
So
homes,
the smart
exactly.
thing to do is kind of like put aside, say, a certain percent of what you get from selling those houses for tax season, so you're prepared at that time. So it's not like a huge chunk that you owe.
So
out of
you would
nowhere.
say that's a pro?
A pro of working the job.
Taxes are a pro? I mean,
Like
yeah, I
9 to
guess.
5. Because you don't have to worry about it. I mean,
Right.
you might have to pay it, but not as much as if you owned your own business. Usually they just come out of your paycheck throughout the entire year, whether it be versus just like once a year.
Right, that's true. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they made the point that it's better to get paid for a skill than getting paid for your time. Basically, yeah, if you have a skill, then there's no limit to what you can make, because you could work on whatever you're good at for as long as you want. But if you're
Right.
getting paid for your time,
Yeah.
we all have 24 hours in a day,
We all
so
have the same amount of time.
we can't work for 24 hours straight. So like, how much can we really make?
Yeah.
So it's like, once they put that in perspective for me, it was like, oh, okay. Like, learn a skill.
And that kind of goes along with like 9 to 5, someone else is deciding your paycheck basically. When you get hired, you get told an hourly wage. It doesn't matter. I mean, with some jobs, they give you like a range before you're hired. Like, okay, you could get paid this amount to this amount and we'll decide. But they're deciding for you versus a self-employed job. The more effort you put into it, the more you're gonna see.
Right.
But that also comes
Is it
with risk.
riskier being
Yes.
self-employed? Yes, it is
Definitely.
riskier. But I mean,
Because like we said earlier, you could go a day, a week, even a month with like just having bad days, like bad sales, nothing going up for you. But it could just be that one day that it just takes off and makes working a 9 to 5 not worth it for like an entire year. You could get paid a certain amount of money that people work hours and hours and hours for in just one day.
yeah, but yeah, being an entrepreneur, mentally you gotta be tough, because it is gonna be days where things are super slow, and then you're gonna be thinking, all right, let me
Is
just
this
get a
even
job.
worth it? Like, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of like
But I feel like a
negative-
lot of jobs are paying you to not reach your full potential. So
and that kind of goes along with like schools promoting like working for someone else versus like getting your own business and teaching how to like be on your own and not rely on a manager or someone else to be paying you.
right.
Where like personally, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I'm pretty sure nobody does, but I feel like you have to have that mental to like.
Yeah, you just gotta have that mentality. Like, everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Like, no matter what, somebody has to be a worker. So
There's always going to be people working.
Yeah.
But do you want to be the person working for someone, or do you want to have people working for you,
yeah, the choice is yours.
basically? So I would say majority of people, when they wake up in the morning to go to work, they're not having it. That was definitely me with most of my jobs. I feel like there's very little people that enjoy going to work, and that's sad to say because that's how we get our income. We should enjoy how we get it. But I feel like that's the difference between 9 to 5. A lot of people are just getting jobs just to like barely make it, paycheck to paycheck. And yeah, I feel like self-employed comes with more.
So you're saying like if you're an entrepreneur, you're more likely to be happier? Because
yeah, I mean, some people might be happier with a 9 to 5 if that's what they truly like doing. But I feel like if you're going to a job every day that's just paying you, like that's the only benefit of it. You don't enjoy it, you're miserable while you're there, you're just getting that paycheck, then yeah, you'll definitely be happier with self-employment because it comes with that freedom too.
Right.
You don't have to report anywhere every day. You decide it. You wake up, and if you don't want to work today, then you don't work today. If you want to, if you want to go hard that day, then you go hard that day.
Yeah.
Where it's not someone else judging you or giving you a monthly report saying, all right, you're not doing this good this month, we could fire you. Anything like that. You decide it for yourself.
But it's kind of crazy though, because it's like if you don't take the risk to become an entrepreneur, you don't know your true potential. Like you never know who you truly could become. Like you might be cool accepting like $500 or $1,000 a week, but maybe you try opening up your own business or starting something new, and you make 2 bands your first week, right?
And
so
a lot of people
like,
are scared to put that foot in the door and actually try.
Because they probably feel like they're losing out on money, but at the same time,
working at 9 to 5 can make you lose out on money, I feel like.
Exactly, that's how I feel, honestly. Like
yeah, there's definitely like a cap on it. Someone else is deciding for you.
One mistake a lot of people make is they think being an entrepreneur is easier just because you don't have to report somewhere or do this when somebody tells you to. They think it's easier, but in reality, I think you're doing more work. It's just a more enjoyable work. Like you're more likely to enjoy what you're doing because it's your business or whatever. But
you have to put so much more effort in, like,
and it's only one of you, so you're doing everything yourself. Like,
yeah, it requires so much more of your effort to work for your own business than someone else's, because I mean, you're working for someone else's business, yeah, you're getting that paycheck, but
more than likely you only have one task, or not one task, but you have one job title. Yeah, that, like, you have things underneath your job title and that's it. But when you're an entrepreneur, you have everything is your title. Like, your limit is, like, you can't, how do I put that? Like, you can exceed the 9 to 5 limit so much working for yourself. So with a 9 to 5, you have to report to a manager, a boss, maybe an assistant manager, a lead, something. You're always reporting to someone because you are not the highest part. But when you are the highest person, you have people reporting to you now. So it's still work. Like, you have employees working for you. You have to make sure your employees are good. But even if you don't have no employees, even if it's just you, like it.
Yeah, if it's just you, then that's even harder because you're doing every single thing on your own.
Right.
Because you can either have an entrepreneur or business just you, or you can have you at the top and then employees like.
So personally, I would rather take that fun work, that fun entrepreneur work, versus that easier 9 to 5 work.
Me too, for sure.
So
I feel like it will definitely have to pay off in the future, whether it could be 5 years, but I feel like at some point it has to be worth it.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Working on your business, yeah, even if it doesn't help you today, it's gonna help you a month from now. You working a 9 to 5, you could be doing something that has no benefit to you right now or in the future. So you just getting paid for your time.
For a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like 5 years working at a company, okay, yeah, you move up, you have promotions, you're getting more money, whatever. But 5 years in a business, I feel like can just...
Yeah, I feel like if you took 5 years running your own business and 5 years working for a company, you know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna be close. Like,
it's like...
Yeah.
It's so much worth it to just take that risk, but that's what people are just so scared of, taking that one risk or that second risk.
Y'all know what they say, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So
like, even just them, or some people may not have enough money to even like start up their business, and that's why like they just can't, and they have to work a 9 to 5. But I feel like you have to make that one an initiative step.
I feel like that's an excuse, not having the money to start a business, because all it takes is that one initial investment to get you going. So it's like,
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
if you can't sacrifice enough, to make that one investment that could lead to you just
then your mindset
rinsing and
belongs
repeat.
in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You don't have the mindset of an entrepreneur if you're too scared to take that risk.
And exactly, and that's another topic. There's an entrepreneur mindset, and then there's a 9 to 5 mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
So society has only taught us one way, so it's up to you to either learn the other way if you choose to, and if you don't, then stay a worker. And
like I said, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but it's crazy how much schools like push just like working for somebody, or even like they don't teach you about like the actual important things in life school.
Because the majority of the people in the US are workers, so that's what they're gonna prepare us for. They're not gonna prepare people to start their own businesses when we need workers. So I feel like it's just up to you to be smart enough to know, like, okay, I'm trying to be different.
Yeah, you have to have that mindset.
Yeah.
And schools really do push like college, go to college for this amount of years, get that degree, then work for someone with that degree that you have. But I feel like they definitely should push maybe not going to college and just opening up your business, or getting a certificate, or doing a trade, or just something like that. But
so I was reading something, and they made a really good point. They basically said nowadays it's easier to get a school loan than it is to get a business loan.
definitely.
So basically they'll let you take out $100,000 for the career of your choosing, but if you want to create your own business, more than likely if you're fresh out of high school, you cannot even get $10,000 to do that. So it's like, you can kind of see where their head's at and where they want you to be. So it's
and
just
I
up
feel
to
like another
you.
topic that we could definitely do, because I feel like we both have strong opinions about this, is like going to college in our era. Is college worth it?
I mean, yeah, that answer is going to be different for
Everybody.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's definitely a topic that we could bring back if you guys like this kind of like talking series.
Yeah.
We could definitely.
Yeah, I think we're going to do more videos like this where we just like have an open discussion about just like
Different
popular
topics.
subjects. Yeah. If you guys like videos like this, make sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment.
Yeah, comment if you want us to do the college, or like how our opinions on college, because I feel like we kind of have the strong same opinion about it. So that'll definitely be an open discussion that we could do. And we know everyone's opinions are different. We're just letting ours be known. But
And there's nothing wrong with either side. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur.
It's all your
preference and how
Don't
you see
care
things.
what other people are doing. If it doesn't affect you, then it doesn't affect
This is just discussion. So please, in the comments, leave your opinions about.
Yeah, what you think.
Yeah.
We would love to know and read that, like what you guys think. But yeah, I think this wraps up today's video. I enjoyed this for our first little open discussion.
Yeah, this was cool.
Yeah, that wraps it up for Vlogmas Day 7. Stay tuned for Vlogmas Day 8 coming very soon. Make sure to subscribe, give us a like button, and turn your post notifications on. And we'll see you in the next video.